Hi, how you going?
How you doing?
Sorry?
Sorry?
We're going for a walk. Okay.
Thank you.
No worries.
Sorry, why are you stopping us?
Well, you obviously know that there's protests going on today,
Is there?
and it looks like you're probably on your way to one.
There's
No.
a protest going on. We just go for a walk.
Okay, well, you're supposed to have a mask on.
I've done an exemption, yeah.
I've got an exemption as well.
Have you guys got some ID?
Don't need to give you ID.
Well, you do.
I've got an exemption, that's all you need to know by
No.
DHSS.
If you give us your details, then you can be on your way.
No,
Otherwise-
DHSS says I don't have to give you ID. I tell you I have an exemption.
No,
I tell
no.
you why. I have post-traumatic stress disorder
That's
and I was
okay.
hospitalised with a panic attack 3 months ago.
All right,
That's it.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
You also need to give me your name.
No, I don't.
You do.
No, I don't.
I can accept that you've got an exemption.
There you go, that's it. I haven't breached the peace. Have I breached the peace?
Pardon?
Have I breached the peace?
No,
Am
you
I
haven't,
disturbing the peace?
But you've got all this.
Am I disturbing the peace?
You
Am
are
I
with
disturbing the peace?
You are with your.
Am I disturbing the peace?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
am. How?
With your megaphone, with your microphone,
They're
with
off.
your flags.
They're
Then
off.
how's that
You're
disturbing
allowed
the
to play
peace?
music? What are you on about?
The
What are we on about here, guys?
Is that disturbing the peace though?
Is there someone else on the way? Pardon? Is there anyone else on the way? No, I'm on.
Are we free to go?
No, you're not.
Why are we
Not
being
now.
detained?
Because I can see that you're on your way to.
But under-
You've got your.
But under what reason have we been identified as a health risk?
We have
Sorry?
exemptions.
Are we a health risk in some reason?
No, I'm not saying you're a health.
If we're not a health
We're
risk,
allowed to
then-
protest today.
We're not
If you give me-
protesting.
If you give me your details,
We're not
you can go on
protesting.
your way.
So have we not got any freedom to assemble?
No, you don't.
We don't? How come?
Don't, because that is actually against the chief health officers.
And why is that? How come everyone else can
Freedom.
walk around here and we can't?
Freedom.
How is it any different between someone else going for a walk and us?
Everyone here could go for a run. Everyone could go for a run without a mask. You can't wave a flag and not wear a mask. You get 4 mounted officers with guns. I have an exemption.
That's fine, you've got an exemption.
So you're not allowed to stop me.
You've still got to give me your name.
No, I don't.
And I believe that you're on your way to a protest.
I'm not.
but you
I'm
are
going
not
for a
allowed
walk.
to- you
I'm
put-
going for a walk.
Not with a flag like that, you're not. And the
But are we
megaphone
not
and the
allowed to go
microphone.
for a walk?
Yeah?
Yeah, fuck off.
Are you wearing your mask, mate? Are you socially
Where's your mask?
mate?
He's got his mask on.
Has he? No, he's not. He had it under his chin. He had it under his chin. You didn't see that?
Lovely. Lovely. What does it matter to you? It's called freedom. It's called freedom.
You're a fucking
You're going to be famous after this, mate.
Where's your mask?
I'm a fucking fake guy.
Oh, lovely. You're a shining example of what we're doing.
He's not wearing his mask. Did you see that? Same issue. I've got a mask behind me as well. I can put it on.
Why aren't we free to go?
Because that's not a mask either.
What,
What's
is
your
that not a
name?
mask?
What's your number?
3512 Samantha Christian.
What's your name? What's your number?
D-Hart 37563.
What's your name and number?
Yes, Barclay 360.
So why is this not a mask?
What's your name and number?
Because we know, I've been to
Okay.
many protests.
We'll be joining the class action. We'll be suing you.
Is it? Does
That
it?
people wear on their way to protest.
Does it say that anywhere though?
Not an acceptable mask for the chief health
We are
officer's
political
direction.
prisoners.
I haven't seen it written anywhere.
Fighting for freedom.
Well, I have.
You can go for
I
a
haven't.
walk.
And in our
You
briefing
can have
this
a walk
morning, we
without
were
a mask
told
on.
that is not an acceptable mask.
But we should be told as well.
Fly the Aussie flag, and you're an illegal person. In
We should be told
Australia.
about that.
If you give us your details, you can keep on your
I
way,
will
mate.
not give you my details.
Okay, that's
You are
fine.
detaining us anyway, illegally.
Okay, all right.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
But so we've lost our freedoms? We're not free to walk?
Aussie, Aussie.
I have
Oi, oi,
reason to believe
oi.
that you're
Aussie,
going
oi,
to protest.
Aussie.
Constitutionally, we're allowed to protest though.
No, you're not.
We
Not
are.
at the moment.
Constitutionally,
No,
but
you're not.
so do these rules overrule the Constitution and the Human Rights Charter?
We're dying in the forest.
Well,
alone.
stage 4 of the
You
chief health
banned
officer's
it. You banned people
directions.
from saving him.
Protesting,
Did you see their press conference yesterday?
protesting comes under recreational activity, and that's not allowed at the moment. After tomorrow, it might be changed, but today is not tomorrow.
So, but how's that
United
different
we
though?
stand, divided we fall. We are all willing
That's
to
pretty
fall.
crazy. Were you guys happy about William Wall? Were you guys happy about William Wall? How they called off the search because of these silly rules? He went missing in Warburton, and they called off the search because of COVID regulations, but the poor kid died.
They didn't.
Well, they didn't let the family go and look for him.
Where's Jenny McCarcos? Where is she?
That's pretty
You're
bad.
Minister. You're following her regulations. She's gone.
She just
gone.
left.
Who else is going? Hey? Yeah? Hey, if we're dangerous, why are you stopping? Why aren't you running? If we're dangerous, why are you wearing a bandana, not a medical mask? Why aren't you hiding in your house? Why are we detained? Why are we detained?
Because I've told you that I've reason to believe that you're going to a protest today. A
Reason
protest?
to believe. So we're in minority report level, are we now? Preemptive detainment. Look at that guy. No,
But still,
sorry,
constitutionally,
no
we're allowed to
No
protest.
mask, you can run.
Yeah.
But we're allowed to protest under the Constitution and human rights.
Wake up, everybody!
But this health directive does not override human rights in the Constitution.
What are we doing to our future
Protest is not
generation?
part of your human
But if you haven't
women
identified it
want
as
to
specific health risks, then I don't know what you're detaining us for. Are we a specific health risk? Have you identified a health risk?
Well, you're not wearing a mask to start with, but you
We
have
are
an exemption.
exempt.
So that's fine, but I still need to get your details.
No, you don't.
I
It's
do.
in the DHSS. DHHS. Department of Health and Human Services. Do you want to look at it? Yeah. Do you want to look at the website of the laws you're following? It's illegal to do this to us.
Excuse me, just wondering why the American flag and the British flag?
Who, if America falls, where does Australia go?
I'm asking you the question.
It's freedom. Land of the free, home of the brave. I was born in England. I'm an immigrant. I was born in England.
You just need to confirm your identification.
No, you don't.
To make sure that you're not breaching any of the
No, you
conditions.
don't. Unless we've breached, you don't get to ask us for our ID.
As the sergeant said,
No, the sergeant can say whatever she
you are
wants.
on
It's
the
the
way
law.
to protest.
The law.
So we've lost our human rights. We can't
We are
protest.
Australia's first ever political prisoner.
We aren't
and
free.
you are the
We're not
guys
free to
doing
walk.
this to us.
We're not
You
free to
are
walk
doing
without
it.
a mask.
I don't have a job. I'm unemployed. You guys have got work.
But that's under the chief health officers, yeah. Which means that we need a specific health order against us, don't we?
We
You
are
can't just.
exempt.
You
That's all
can't.
you're allowed to know.
I think you're doing a great job. Just give ID and keep going.
No.
Are you going to let us go?
No.
If we give you ID, you'll let us go?
Yes.
Because you got a good point. You got a great point. Give
Oh.
ID and just keep going.
Do you want to give him ID and we'll keep going?
Your ID, mate, you keep going.
Just give them ID and just
Oh well.
we confirm who you are, off you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your mates down there can stop us.
If you're not doing the wrong thing,
What's the wrong thing
We're not
though?
doing the wrong thing.
then let us confirm.
Peaceful
your
protesting is in our Charter of Human Rights. We're not doing the wrong thing. Are you saying I'm doing the wrong thing?
We haven't been able to understand
Is
that.
peaceful protesting the wrong thing? You tell me.
This is Redwood, isn't it?
No, Dallas Brook. Oh. Yeah, Dallas Brook.
But it's pretty crazy that we ought to give ID just to go for a walk.
You need to make sure you're not outside the 5 kilometres
You
of your
can't.
address as
You
well.
can't. What about these guys who are running without a mask
Are
on?
you
They're
checking all
breaking
theirs?
it. Ask them. Ask everybody here.
No, but if you've read your
Stop everybody.
If you've read your rules, you're allowed to if you're running. All these other people walk.
Yeah, and you're allowed to if you're exempt. I have post-traumatic stress disorder.
I
so
don't
I'm
recall any of that.
exempt.
That's what the government said. They just kept saying, I don't recall for everything.
So
Our government didn't recall any issues. I can give you my name. Are you
Don't
gonna,
give them
no?
anything. This is the stand. You're going to detain us in 5 minutes anyway.
We're on Birdwood, Sam.
Oh,
Yeah, so you guys are going to come and
Knows
get
where
us.
you are. You don't know your laws. You don't know your location. What do you know? You know you're doing the wrong thing. In your soul, you know you're doing the wrong thing. In your heart, you can't make eye contact with me. You know that you are doing the wrong thing to Australian citizens. I don't have coronavirus. My children don't have it, and you want us locked up. Jenny McCarkos, your health minister, just resigned. How many more people are going to resign? Are you going to resign? Are you going to put your guns down and leave us alone? You have jobs. How much do you earn a week? What's your wage? What is your wage? Because I don't have one.
But
I'm
it's pretty
risking
crazy
this
that
for
you guys
you.
are
I want
enforcing
you wearing
these
the mask.
crazy directives over things that our ministers are starting to resign over now. Because they've been caught out. They had that press conference, they had the commission, not one person in charge admitted to stuffing up the quarantine scandal. What's going on there? They all don't recall.
Where were you guys
if
when
you
they
ask me
broke
for
our
ID,
quarantine?
can I just say
You
I don't
think
recall
it's
my
safe
ID? Is that a legal answer?
no, it's not.
But how can the government get away with it?
I don't know, but I'm not. I'm part of the police. I'm
I know, but you guys are enforcing their rules and they're not really... What? They're breaching the human rights, they're breaching the Constitution over a health reason, which obviously, look at how many people are walking around.
Yeah, but like I said to you,
Look at all these people walking.
protesting is a recreational activity.
No,
outside
we're not
stage 4.
protesting.
Outside of
But this
stage
is,
4.
me walk.
but you can exercise and protest if you want to. You're walking. You're just going for a walk. Just because you carry a camera and this doesn't mean anything. It doesn't really make much difference. So if we didn't have this, we could walk freely. So that's crazy. So you're just. So it's a health excuse though. But it's the chief health officer's direction. So how does it make sense? It's not logical.
Well, we've got intelligence today that there's going to be groups of people.
There hasn't been groups here at all. It's just no one's coming
How
out.
do I not know that you're not going to?
I'll talk to you later.
Have you seen a group? We're just going for a walk down the tan and that's it. We're not joining any group.
Well then, if you give us your names, you can keep on.
No.
But if we haven't committed any offence, then we don't really have to.
Any of these people their names.
Yeah.
Any of these
But why should you?
Go on then.
But without this, were you able to do that? Could you just ask anyone for their ID if they're going for a walk?
I can.
You can, really?
Yes.
I didn't know we were in Nazi Germany.
Pardon? Ask me. Can I get your name, Liz? Elizabeth Clark. Elizabeth Clark. Elizabeth Clark. Yeah. Elizabeth Clark. What's your date of birth? 7th of the 2nd, 1947. That's easy. Elizabeth was happy to give me her details.
Yeah, but you don't have to. You don't have to. See, you just said she doesn't have to, but I do. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. Yes?
First of all, first question. Do you have a grandmother?
Do I have what?
A grandmother?
I do have grandmothers, yes.
And she's alive
Yes?
and well?
Yes?
That's good. Do you have a grandmother?
Nah, I don't. My mum was born without a mother.
Yeah, but look,
Hey, if we're dangerous, if you're talking about safety and we're dangerous, you're breaking the 1.5 metre social distancing and you're wearing a non-medical mask.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
yeah,
Do you
but
take that off every day and sterilise it? Is it a new one every day?
Okay,
If
that's
not,
enough.
keep walking.
That's
Leave
enough.
us alone.
What's the flag?
what's the flag?
Proving my point.
But you proved my point as well, because you said she doesn't have to give her name.
What was your point?
If you believe to have committed an offence, then yes, you do have
But
to
what
provide
offence?
details.
What's the offence?
We believe that you are going to a protest.
Charter of Human Rights says we can peacefully protest at all times.
And that'll be overturned probably within a couple of weeks.
Then when it's overturned, then you can do it.
You don't get
Then we can do it.
unless I'm
In
breaching.
place.
So you guys are fine to,
Doing our job.
but if your job is immoral and against the general population of the country of Victoria, our whole state's been destroyed. We've been locked down. We're in home prison.
Completely understand the frustration.
We're-
We're on
yeah.
lockdown too.
You're
We
locked down
accept
too, yeah.
we're lockdown.
But the thing is, the
You guys
lockdown.
wash
Who
your
made the
jackets every
lockdown?
night?
The
You
people.
sterilise your
We
jackets
do
every
have
night.
strict protocols.
Yeah,
in
I know.
place,
Yeah,
yes.
do you do it?
Yes, absolutely.
You sterilise your jacket every night?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But the people that called the lockdown. Yeah, but the thing is, the people that called the lockdown.
Thanks.
Who called the lockdown? It wasn't. They haven't even owned up to calling the lockdown.
Get Jenny Makakos down here. Oh wait, she's resigned. Who's next?
Who called the curfews? We're not allowed to go out under a chief health officer direction.
Because there are pea brains who don't listen to why.
So look at everyone walking here. Look at everybody here. There's so many people. There's two of us. There's two of us. There's like 300 people here.
Key brains?
It doesn't make any logical sense. Look, I don't have any issues with people running without a mask, but it's not dangerous.
It's the jogger.
It's not the same one.
Yeah, put it on the other.
But does it not seem illogical to you guys? There's hundreds of people around here going for a walk,
Look at everyone.
and they're no health risk to anyone. It just doesn't make any logical sense at all. You guys picked on us, and there's hundreds of people you could have asked for ID. You could have asked, "Where's your mask?" Look, there's people without a mask.
We are allowed to protest, and you don't get to imply what we're doing,
Not at the
okay?
moment, you're not. I've told you that.
You stopped
Yeah.
us for no masks. That's what you said.
No, I didn't.
You said you're breaching it by no mask.
And you said my mask is not legal anyway.
I started with that I believe that you're on your way to a protest, and then asked you about your mask, and you said you have an exemption. And that's
We're gonna-
Freedom, land of the free, home of the brave.
We're for the freedom of all
We don't
people.
want to hide in our houses. We are brave. We are free. If you want to, I'll fight for your freedom to do that. If you want to hide,
Yeah, we think
so
all
you're
people should be
not.
free.
You're out here. You have freedom.
Alright, we'll deal with yourself first. Okay, so currently you're not wearing a mask. That's
I've got a mask here.
of the CHO directions.
We're
Okay,
exercising.
I do have a
committing
medical
an
exemption
offence.
as well.
Alright,
What's the offence?
You're committing an offence not wearing a mask, which is in contravention of the CHO directions.
What about everyone else that's not wearing a mask around here?
Everyone else is wearing masks.
Are they? I've seen multiple people without wearing a
Because
mask.
you're continuing an offence, I'm placing you under arrest. 458 of the Crimes Act. Do you understand?
Am I a specific health risk?
Yes.
I am?
So
You've identified me as a health risk.
Alright, so if you can just come over.
So you've identified me as a health risk.
I'll just get you to come over this way. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll get away from all the people that are walking down the path.
If you just wait.
You guys don't think this is illogical though? Look at how many people are walking
do you
around.
have identity on you?
Have you got anything that has your name on it at all?
I do have a license on me.
Yeah, do you mind producing that so we can confirm your identity, please?
But what crime have I committed?
Not wearing a face mask.
And every other person not wearing a face mask is committing the same crime?
Well,
But I've had this mask and I was told not to wear it because apparently you guys...
It's not a face mask.
It is a mask.
It doesn't comply with the...
It doesn't say so on the website.
Mate, we're not arguing.
I don't recall.
If you
That's what the government says. The government says I don't recall.
If you don't provide your ID and don't put on a face mask, you're going to be continuing to commit an offence and we're going to arrest you and we're going to take you to court. So please produce your ID.
I reckon you'd be better off to do what he asks and not have to pay the money. Because the money, I don't know if you're employed or not.
Well, we've all lost our jobs thanks to this great lockdown.
Can you please produce your ID?
We're going to need to confirm your identity, sir.
And then what?
Confirm your identity, we can't release you.
What's your first
can we
name?
keep going?
What's your first name?
Marty.
Marty, is that short for something?
It's short for Martin.
Okay, I'll just ask him for his details.
Yeah, I don't really need other people to be here to get my name and ID.
That's okay.
Are you somehow related to him?
No.
Otherwise I'll just
Yeah,
ask
so I
him.
don't want to share my name with
Thank
other
you.
general public.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Martin, what is your surname?
Oh, I don't want to say it while she's here.
Okay.
To be honest, she's probably recording, so.
Ask him just to move along so we can speak to this gentleman.
He doesn't want to provide his details while he's being recorded, which I can understand.
Martin, how about we just take two
Yep.
steps this way? And yep, that's fine. That's fine. Thanks for that.
Okay.
All right. And can I get your surname, please? And your date of birth.
Do I need to provide that?
Yes, you do. At this stage, as has been explained to you multiple times, you believe to be committing an offence, which is breaching the CHO restrictions.
Is it CHO still got a job or has he resigned like Makakos today?
At this stage,
you're still
what
there.
I'm going to need are your details. We can confirm your identity, and then
Then we can keep walking?
let's get through the first
Are you
step
within
first.
5 kilometres of your residential address?
I can't recall.
Okay.
Martin,
Look,
I'll just go
basically-
with your date of birth.
I can't recall either.
It doesn't really matter. You realise that...
Yeah, I can't
essentially-
recall. Like the government said I can't recall. Every single official said I can't recall over this commission.
Martin, can I...
That is I can't recall not a legal answer?
Martin,
Is I can't recall a legal answer?
I'd like to have a conversation.
I know, I'd like to as well, but I'm just
Martin.
saying the government, that was the government's excuse for every question that they were asked
Martin.
against the quarantine that put us in this mess. They said, I can't recall. I don't think that's a good enough answer either.
Martin, look, I understand.
don't think you
I
do.
understand that you'd like to voice your opinion at this stage.
Yeah,
I just want to have a really...
but if I can't
I would
recall,
like to
is
explain
that a
something
good
to
answer?
you.
Yeah.
At this stage, you're not wearing a mask.
Yep.
I need to confirm your identity because you are breaching CHO regulations.
But have I
which
been
is-
made a specific health risk? Have you identified a specific health risk of me?
Martin,
Yes, have you? That's what the directive says, that you got to be identified as a specific health risk. You can't just blanket lock everyone up like you guys are.
Martin,
Okay.
I want to avoid locking you up, which is why I would like to confirm your identity. If
Yep.
we cannot confirm your identity, you will be placed under arrest for continuing to commit an offence. Do you understand what I've been saying?
Well, I understand, I don't agree with it.
Okay, you may not agree with it, but I appreciate you clarifying that you understand it. Can you please tell me what your date of birth and your current residential address is?
Just one last time. So I can't recall is not an acceptable answer.
In this case, no, it's not, because
It's not.
I am asking you under the Crimes Act.
So
for
under
your
the oath,
details.
if I was under the oath, I
You're
could
not
say,
currently under an oath, Martin.
but under the oath, it's an acceptable answer.
All right, I'm
Okay.
gonna.
Okay, I'll give you my
I
details.
appreciate that. Can you please give me your date of birth? And what is your current residential address? Okay. Martin, what are you doing here?
I came for a walk,
Okay. Before I continue...
just like everybody else here.
Sorry, Martin, before I
Yep.
continue, you don't have to...
Came for a walk and to expose our... To,
Check, Liz.
Yeah, if that's okay. Martin,
yep.
you are currently breaching the Chief Health Officer's regulations. Do you understand that?
I don't recall.
Okay, so
Well, to be honest, it's
Okay, if you're-
crazy directives.
listen to me.
I'm looking around here, and there is hundreds of people walking around,
Okay.
and there's no issue with them. But
Okay.
if they have a flag and they don't have a mask, it's an issue. But if you're running with a mask, without a mask,
Yep.
it's okay.
So
So,
Martin.
yes.
You currently live in Rowville.
Yes.
It's outside of the 5K
Is it?
town. It is, yes.
I'm not that good at those distances, but
Okay, so there's 4 reasons why you can leave your residential address.
Okay.
And you're currently breaching those. Okay.
so these are all the
it-
Constitution and human rights don't matter. So human rights were basic
Martin,
freedom of movement.
I'm going to explain
So
to you what's
basic freedom of
happening.
movement. Yeah, I know. We've lost all our rights. So I've come here to expose that we've lost our rights, and you guys are showing it to me.
If you're showing me right now that you're continuing to commit
What am I committing? I'm not
offences.
committing. I'm just talking. His freedom of speech is gone as well.
Are you about to go home right now after we finish
If
this
my friend
conversation?
goes as well.
Well, it looks to me that he's been placed under arrest.
Okay. Well, I will have to wait
And
at
I'll
the
just
car.
ask you to take your hands out of your pockets. Just
Okay, I'm not
I
threatening
understand
anyone
that.
in any way.
I understand
There's just
that.
a phone
That's
in there.
Practice. Yep, that's just
So-
practice. So what we're going to do is we're going to issue you a PIN for breaching the penalty notice for breaching the CHO regulations.
Yep.
Okay. If you do continue to commit an offence, you will be placed under arrest.
Well, how do I
until
commit?
that
I've got to leave. So.
Yes. So
But so if I took this stuff off and went for a walk, I'd be fine.
Well, no, you don't have a face mask, and you're also 5Ks outside of your.
But if I've got an
residential
exemption for the face mask,
address. What about the 5Ks?
the 5Ks. Is everyone here within 5Ks?
Martin,
But how is that? I know what you're saying, but yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that you're trying to cooperate and you're also trying to voice your opinion. I do appreciate that. So at this stage, I'll just ask you to keep your
Okay.
hands out.
So I'm not armed. It's just
No,
it's cold.
That's fine. And
It's
that's
just cold.
That's just general policing
Yeah.
practice. We just ask that from
No
people
worries.
that we speak to on
Okay.
the street. Yep.
Don't worry. I'm not going to threaten anyone here in any way.
I'm going to get my ticket book and I'm going to issue you
Yep.
a ticket. Do you understand? Okay.
That's all right. You can. That's what you have to
Martin,
do.
I
Yep.
do want to explain this to you very clearly though. If you do continue to commit these offences,
Yep.
you will be placed under arrest.
Well, I won't commit any more offences today.
Okay. Can I ask how you left? How you got here, sorry?
We drove in.
You drove in. Okay.
Yep.
Are you going to be able to drive and go home, straight home?
I'll have to wait for my friend because he's got the keys.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see.
The
if
car's
we can
just down the road.
Get those keys for you. Okay. Because the
Oh,
last thing
I
wanna
can't
do-
take his keys though.
the
Could I
last
just
thing-
wait there?
Listen-
Or we'll get an Uber.
listen- Oh yeah. If you can get an Uber, that's great.
Am I
The last
legally
thing-
allowed to get an Uber, or I'll get arrested for
Martin,
that?
you've actually been really cooperative and I really appreciate
Yep.
that. The last thing I want to do is to place you under arrest,
Yep.
okay? If you just bear with me, I'm just going to go and get my ticket book.
Okay.
Okay?
Are you going to put your mask on or? No, not that one. That doesn't
No?
show doing.
Oh,
I've got one here. Do you want one of mine?
No, not whatever.
No.
Well, if you're going to force me to wear it,
Are you guys just...
it doesn't actually do anything. But
These for the.
they don't do anything.
That's all right.
Oh, it's crazy. We've lost all our human rights in Melbourne.
So there is active
Can I put that
whereabouts with that M&I to
Lost all our rights.
in relation to
Did you guys think last year you'd be doing this?
No, I was hoping last year we would.
Did anyone even think this was possible last year?
Rather not the
Pull
year.
over your nose, mate. Thanks.
You've been fine without me even having it. It's too loose anyway.
You're gonna do it properly, okay?
Can I grab my phone? Is that okay?
Hey? Oh, you should, yeah. It's like,
I'll just...
Didn't hide. Lord forgive us. Lord connect to righteous.
so where do you live?
I'm in Rowville.
Rowville, okay, so you're outside 5 kilometres. 510?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
It's, at least we, you know,
Are you drive here or did you?
we drove together, but in his car, so...
Okay, so you're going to drive back?
I'll see what's happening with him, and otherwise I'll get in touch with him somehow and let him know I'll get an Uber back or something.
No worries.
Leave immediately, so at this stage we're not looking at continuation.
I have an exemption. Why do I have a mask on me? I have post-traumatic stress disorder. No, everyone's listening. We've got all this evidence. It's body cam. My body cam. I want to know what this mass action I have post-traumatic stress
It's...
Whose idea is this? Yours or his?
Whose idea? Well, we decided to go for a walk. You know, it's a nice day. It's actually looked pretty crappy in the morning, then it turned out pretty good. So,
Bucking it down this
I was kind of hoping it would rain and there'd be you know, probably quite a walk. Less people around. But yeah, it's freaking. I cannot get over how this is. Like, my parents fled communist Europe to come to Australia. They were in Slovakia.
Oh, okay.
And they came there, and they're saying that it's way worse here than it was when they fled there.
Yeah.
We've got no rights here. Like, look, we've lost freedom of movement.
Yeah.
We can't go outside 5 kilometres or walk without this thing on. We've got lost freedom of assembly, freedom of speech. We can't say things. People are getting arrested for things they're posting on Facebook.
Yeah.
We're not saying anyone's got a...
We've lost all our basic rights.
Basic human rights is you do have a right to protest, right?
Yeah.
We're not denying...
The reason I got stopped is because we're protesting.
Yeah. So
But
the underpinning
you
of
understand that the Charter of Human Rights says that everyone else has a right to life, right, and their right for health. So the majority...
But am I a specific health risk and actually endangering people?
Well, right.
What about everyone else that's out here? They're not really... It's no different
they're
to...
following the CHO directions.
But so
CHO...
But the CHO directions, if I did exactly the same walk without this gear, you wouldn't even notice. So...
From that day, the Chief Health Officer's directions are that we can't be more than 5 kilometres without exemption.
But how is that actually
infringing upon you?
But how is that really going to make a difference health-wise? Like, why are we limited on 5 kilometres? Why are we limited from visiting people?
Because scientists have said that.
But the scientists have been wrong all along. They've been wrong all along. Look at, did you see the press conference yesterday? The entire government couldn't recall anything about the quarantine scandal. Our Premier couldn't recall. None of the ministers could recall. Makakos resigned this morning over it.
That's a matter for them. But
they're the ones that made the rules that you guys are enforcing on us right now, that have breached our human rights and constitution.
I don't have a choice.
I know you guys don't have a choice, but you do have a choice. You guys could actually just agree to be with the people and not with the corrupt government.
Well, we work...
You work for the corrupt government, yeah. You probably didn't want to say that you work for the corrupt government, but...
No, I would never say that anyway.
You don't think they're corrupt?
Huh?
Like, this is ridiculous. Over what? The numbers don't make sense. All around the world, the numbers don't make sense. The flu disappeared in 2020. There hasn't been a single flu death Australia-wide since the 11th week.
I don't really want to get into a philosophical argument, but...
It's not philosophical, that's science.
What do you think the big picture is? Where do you say the corruption lies, and what do you think...
I think it's above our government, obviously, because our government's not competent enough to come up with this.
What empirical...
It's a global thing.
But what empirical data and evidence do you have?
The fact that this is happening all around the world and it's not justified by a flu.
Says who?
All the data doesn't show it.
Have you got it?
I've looked at the data. Yeah, I've got access to the data. It's on the government websites. Okay. You can look up all the government data, and the death rate below 70 is like 0.0001% chance of dying.
Where do you think this corruption or this alleged corruption or end game is? What?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know exactly who's doing it. But obviously, it's got nothing to do with health. It's evidence it's occurring. I just don't know who's doing it.
Yeah.
Like, actually,
you have no evidence that it's occurring. That's what you said.
The World Health Organization and the World Economic Forum have pretty much ran a simulation in October last year to do this exact scenario.
You're making a claim about this, but you don't know where it's starting or where the end game is.
But the World Health Organization actually had the simulation. Did you see their simulation? They ran a simulation in October last year of a global coronavirus pandemic that affects the world and has this exact result. Yep. They've got videos on their own webpage. It's on YouTube still. I didn't even take it down. They've got videos simulating this exact scenario, like down to the T, with fake press conferences, fake news reports, run by the WHO, John Hopkins, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, World Economic Forum. It was ran in Davos. They ran this whole simulation. Yep. And like, I would never have imagined this could possibly happen.
100 different other simulations as well.
But exactly to this simulation, and guess who's making the figures now? The same people that ran the simulation. John Hopkins University ran the simulation.
Anyway,
and they're doing it.
The position you're in?
It doesn't, because we've still lost all our freedom over a complete scam. So what can we do? Like, I'm not free to do anything. We've been locked up. I've lost my job. We can't even go for a walk, but everyone else can go for a walk, and it's apparently a health reason.
Go for a walk in Roble. No one said you couldn't walk around Roble. Big place.
That's a big place.
Have you tried?
Oh, I walk every day.
Well, have you tried everywhere in Roble?
Well, I've been stopped in Roble too, so don't worry. So it's not like because if I don't wear this silly mask, even if I've got a health exemption, because on the DHHS website it says I don't have to provide the health exemption. I just need to have a valid reason.
Yeah, it's true, but we don't necessarily have to accept it.
So you don't have to accept it. So then what's the point of saying that?
Well,
like if I've got asthma,
yeah,
and then so technically that says that I'm valid for an exemption.
well, it's not.
But you guys don't have to accept it.
Really, having asthma doesn't mean you have an exemption.
Like I wouldn't go for a walk with this mask because I struggle to breathe with it. I stopped working because I can't really breathe with this.
You understand that there's surgeons that perform surgery that have asthma and have other...
Yeah, but you do. Have you actually looked into the research of these? Like the World Health Organization had a document about face masks. They couldn't find any conclusive evidence.
You have an asthma attack right now, but you're still working.
I'm not walking. I'm not exercising. If I was walking, I wouldn't wear this because I'd rather stay home, and staying at home is the least healthy thing to do.
Right now, doing what you're doing now.
I don't want to wear it. You're forcing me to wear it. I'm not wearing it by choice at all. I would gladly take this stupid thing off. So I'm not wearing it because I want to. You guys will arrest me if I don't wear it. But you'll arrest me if I take it off. What's going to happen? You'll arrest me.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm not doing it by choice. And what? So you want me to have an asthma attack, or what's the? I don't get the point of that.
I mean, I get asthma as well.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have an asthma attack with my asthma.
But when you look at most people walking, you see how many people drop it below their nose, and you're saying that it doesn't have any effect on your air intake. It's not healthy when you're touching it. It's not healthy.
Say like that lady there.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to because we don't expect her to wear it.
But then, but it's a health risk. Like she's more of a health risk if it's a health risk than anyone else is because she's spreading more stuff out as she's running. Like I've got no issue with it. Yeah. I don't have any issue with anyone not wearing a mask because I've seen the actual studies that indicate they don't actually do anything.
Right, but that's a personal choice for you, mate.
The World Health Organization had an entire document.
Are we going to leave?
Yeah, I'll leave if you're leaving.
But this whole idea of it.
But the WHO had a whole document, but they had a whole document on these exact measures.
Yeah.
Pretty much the entire social distancing measures in 2019, they published this document. They went through all their physical studies, and face masks in particular, they said not recommended. No indication of reduced transmission. Every other measure was not significantly reducing transmission. So you're forcing this on everyone, and there's no science behind it.
Well, there is.
They changed it. No, they brought out new studies in 2020. It was a computer model. It was a computer model.
Yeah.
And the computer models that predicted climate change. We should be underwater here by now. These same computer models. The computer models, how many people they said are going to die from this? That was the same computer model.
The whole point of modelling is you update it as you get more information.
I think
constantly change.
I'm still getting a ticket, or what's? Am I free to go yet, or?
Yeah, they're just writing it out.
They're writing out some toilet paper for me.
It's expensive.
It is expensive. Did you get your toilet paper, mate?
Not yet.
Not yet?
No. If they can figure out where I live,
but
send it.
Look at how many police have turned up just for this. For 2 people. 2 people, and I've seen maybe 500 walk past us in this whole time. The thing is, if it was a specific health risk, then no one would be there. Like, people would not come out of their house. I would not be out if there was a real danger. Why the...
Go, buddy.
I can't go, I'm still waiting.
What for?
For my toilet paper.
Okay.
Look, it's pretty hard to get. This is the easiest way to get it.
Oh.
But I don't agree with anything you guys are doing. It's just insane.
You're going to put that thing in the car and take it away?
Yeah.
Because that's not exercise. Right.
But it's actually more exercise when you're lifting up a flag. It's getting more of a workout.
But you're just being a smart ass by saying that, because you are. You understand it just by doing that. You're just being a smarty pants.
No, but the thing is that it doesn't really make any difference if you're walking or carrying a flag.
So if you went out for a walk
basically
every day,
it's a freedom of speech thing.
That's the kind of thing you.
So it's a freedom of speech. So you're not concerned about us being out. You're concerned about us having any speech.
No, but you're not listening.
Fine.
Yep.
Very bad news.
Oh, thanks a lot.
It's all good. Mate, all details are on the back if you need to, with regards to any payments or anything like that.
So go straight to the lawyer, no worries.
Cool, no
all right. Straight to the class action. See you, mate. Are we right to go?
Yep.
Thanks for your imprisoning Victorians, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Choose a side, guys. We're not stopping.
I'll have to get a selfie from here.
Right, that was epic.
Mate. Get the piggies in there. You didn't get a fine?
They'll send me one probably.
Well, they're going to get bigger ones for you.
Take the mask off. Get that shit off.
Oh, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Best one yet.
I did post a few things on Facebook.
As you were going.
Yeah. I just took some videos with the phone and put them straight up. With the horses.
I sang my William Wall song.
Nice.
I remembered it.
Oh, it's another short day. We didn't even get many songs in this time.
Guys, hello.
And they go, that's not exercising. I said, it's more of a workout. You'll lift the bar up.
You carry it.
And so it's not freedom of speech, but the only reason they're stopping is because of speech. It's insanity.
Good on you, mate. Good on you, mate. Freedom! Have you got a grandmother?
I might as well put,
No, don't.
put my mask on. Stuck on my camera.
G'day. Why do you want to wear that?
Why not?
For fun? Okay.
For fun.
Yep. Give us a look at it. Anonymous with the most recognised beanie in Victoria. The dickheads. Yeah, brother! Freedom!
Oops, it's stuck. Stuck on my camera.
G'day.
It's quite funny, there's like 200 people walking past.
Legend, good on you, mate.
I didn't even see what my toilet paper was worth.
Check all that when we're out of here.
Oh, is he going to stop me? Yep.
This side, please. Just hands behind your back.
Go on my back. What for? We're nearly back, mate. We're nearly at the car.
Continuing your thing. Put the cyclist mask back on.
Sorry, what's the intention here?
Oh,
Where?
hey mate, I'll just Uber back. I'll just get an Uber back.
It's my property. I'm going home.
It's just going to the car. Well, they told us to leave. We're like 10 metres away from the house, from the car.
I'm going home. My
We're nearly there.
No problem. You just come over here, buddy. Just over.
What's happening with Marty, please?
I'll just get an Uber back. If you can keep going.
Disappointing. First before I go.
Oh, I wasn't going. We're nearly at the car.
Where's the car?
It's just like just across the road there.
Put the guy's mask back on.
Well,
Okay,
like-
yeah, well, that's continuation.
Yeah.
Exercising.
He pushed you like a
carrying
bit.
backpack.
Yeah.
He can't breathe.
He can go. He can go now.
Yeah.
I want him.
You don't go with him, mate.
Oh, mate, I didn't get your name. What was it?
My name. I'm sure you guys all have it.
No, just your first name. That's all. Just
Marty.
Marty, yeah. Sorry, Marty. I did tell you to put the mask on, mate. You realise you push your luck and, you know, you've been told what to do, you can't behave yourself and you want to continue. So you understand why this is occurring?
Because it's a police state, that's why it's occurring.
Yeah, okay.
That's why it's
you
occurring.
understand the reasons, because you took your mask off and you decided...
Yeah, because you guys don't agree with a particular mask for some reason.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't say anything about that in any regulation. No regulation about that.
I've never seen a medical person in a hospital ever wear one of those.
Marty, do you want me to come with you?
No, it's alright, you go.
This is Birdwood Avenue.
Yes.
Yeah, hey mate, you can keep going. And
Main road. Well, we put one on him before, so he's not wearing it.
but he's got an exemption.
Let him go.
He's got a medical exemption. He does have an exemption.
What's your name, mate?
Marty.
And your surname?
Servant.
Servant?
Yeah.
Have you been given a ticket before, Marty?
I was just given one just then.
No, previous to that.
Possibly, yes.
Yeah.
The mask exemption doesn't...
Oh, because we've been fighting for our freedoms. That's what it is. We're fighting, we're exposing the police state. And you guys are exposing the police state as well. You are.
But you understand...
I understand that this is a police state, we've lost all our rights. That's what I understand. And you've just arrested me twice, or you've stopped me and now you've arrested me.
Yeah, but you were told just the continuation of the offence.
We were walking away though, we were going, we were leaving.
You're wearing a face mask that's not sanctioned.
I'll put it on for like 20 seconds.
You don't have a face mask.
I've got one in my hand.
Yeah, but you weren't wearing it.
I was wearing it until like 20 seconds before I got stopped.
So, very unlucky.
Yeah, so what can I do? Oh, the horses are back. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
We didn't get far.
We spoke to these guys just back there.
Yeah.
And their details are being ascertained as to get a receipt tickets.
Yeah.
And they'll go back.
I've already got a ticket.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah, this one's got a ticket. Then we went forward and he was wearing this.
Yeah, you can go. I'll give you a buzz. I'll either get an Uber or I'll give you a buzz. Don't worry. I'll be fine.
Thanks, guys.
No worries.
Actually, we'll turn around and go back down that way.
Like our car's literally just across the road there.
I want to be very clear.
Yeah.
You could have got to your car.
Could
You
have.
chose to continue the offence.
Yeah. And you guys came and just showed freedom of speech as a whole issue because it's a mask.
What's that?
It's a mask.
See, the chief health officer says this is not a mask.
The chief health officer said they didn't decide the curfews either.
What did,
No one did. The chief health officer was just making stuff up as he goes.
We'll get a processing unit here.
Yeah.
Give old mate a second ticket.
Second ticket, nice.
Seize your mask.
Where do you live, sir?
Oh, they've already processed me before, mate. They've already done it.
Answer the question.
Can I ask you again, where do you live, sir?
Can I say I don't recall? That's what the government said. The government, all the quarantine investigation, every single person said they don't recall.
Well, saying
they don't recall.
Saying you don't
No,
recall.
I do know where I live. I live in Roeville and I've already been fined for it.
No,
I've already been fined.
That wasn't hard, was it?
It's not that hard, but
Appreciate it.
look. So why couldn't the government say that? Whenever they got asked a question, they said, I don't recall. And you guys don't accept that answer, which you shouldn't. You definitely shouldn't accept that answer. We shouldn't accept it from our politicians either. Do you guys think that's an acceptable answer for anything? These are the guys that have set these regulations you've just arrested me over. They couldn't recall anything about what they're doing. So you guys are arresting me over these things that people... It's just...
Okay, so what we've arrested for you, Marty, is continuing the offence that you got the
Well,
original
I was
ticket
told to leave.
Yeah, and then
and
you
I was
chose-
leaving.
you
I just
this
put the mask on for a photo.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I got caught, you know, what can I do? Whatever, I get another $200 fine.
200?
Or whatever. Oh, more then. I don't know what the first one was. I didn't even get to read the toilet paper yet.
If he breaches
we'll have to...
then what he's done is...
He's going to confiscate my mask as well.
I beg your pardon?
He's not going to confiscate my mask, is he? Surely you can't just take it. There's nothing wrong with owning one. But there's nothing wrong with owning the mask, is there?
Well, it was part of the commission of the offence.
Oh, this is so ridiculous, the whole lot of it. Our government doesn't own up to anything. You guys are enforcing rules that are against the Constitution, against human rights. And just, it's insanity. You guys are fine with enforcing this stuff on us? Like, look at everyone else that's walking down here, they're all fine. Just because you wear a certain mask, so it's basically freedom of speech. That's what it is. It's freedom of speech that you're breaching because I'm wearing that mask. If I wear a different mask, it's okay. But that particular mask, I'll get arrested again. How many human rights do you guys want to abuse?
Well, that mask doesn't comply with the chief health officer.
Does it say that anywhere? I've never seen it written anywhere. It just says you can wear any mask. You can wear a sock. You can make a mask from paper. It doesn't, there's no specific mask. You can make a friggin' mask from crochet. You can make it from a nappy. There's nowhere in the directive does it say you can't wear that mask, and he's going to confiscate my mask for whatever reason. You're not going to arrest a little kid, are you? They don't need to wear masks. Oh, I thought he was going to arrest the little kids. Jeez. What do you think of this guy though, William Wall? You know his story?
Yeah, I do. It's a tragic story.
Tragic story. And his family couldn't go looking for him because this stupid curfew that no one is owning up to. The poor kid couldn't have his family looking for him. And the police force stopped them from searching. It's a tragic story, and that's why we're here today, to expose that. What about the bashing in Epping? What's going on there? One police officer got stood down. One guy ran him over. At least 2 people hit him, kicked him. There's 5 other cops watching it happen in action. And you guys don't care. They're not arrested. Like, people were being arrested for incitement for just making a Facebook post, and police could beat up a person like that, put him into a coma, and there's no arrest. No arrest. You go to a pregnant lady's house and arrest her. You knock down another friend of mine's door and come in and arrest him over incitement. You've got criminals in the government and you guys don't care about that. Criminals are setting these laws. But mate, can I get my mask back? Because you can't confiscate it.
Yeah, okay.
Why? I'll have to buy another one. Damn it. It's a nice mask. Like, what, you can wear it any other time. There's no criminal act in the mask. But you guys are fine with all the bad stuff that's going on with the Victorian Police recently? What do you think of the Epping incident?
So you understand, Marty, we're just waiting. You're going to get another penalty notice.
Yeah. I'm getting cold here. It's freaking...
It is cold.
It's
cold.
wet. I'll probably get sick because you're making me stand out here.
Oh, do you want to stand under the tree?
I'll stand under the tree. It's a health... I'm being held for health reasons and you making me stand out in the freaking cold in the rain. It's so logical. How many cameras do you need? I've got a couple at least, so it's all fair.
Alright. Because you're under arrest, I'm just going to check your bag. Make sure there's nothing...
There is nothing dangerous in there. I can't even get to the bag. I'm in handcuffs. I'm in handcuffs. What am I going to do with the bag? I'm going to self-explode or something. What do you realistically think I'm going to do in handcuffs with stuff in my backpack? There's nothing in there, just some camera stuff and...
Some good gear.
There is.
What do you do for a living, mate?
I used to have a job, but I've lost my job, so now I'm currently unemployed.
What were you doing?
Do I really need to answer?
Oh, that's
I don't.
up to you.
I don't need to answer.
Okay.
But look, I could still work, but under these regulations, it was not worth my effort. Because if I have to deal with you guys in a business sense, it's a lot worse than a personal sense. Look, I'm getting fined enough as it is, but these directives are insane. Even though in the next bill that they're trying to pass, they're going to try and get ministers out of the industrial manslaughter charge, which I was scared of.
Have you got Saflock keys? Yeah. Okay,
so industrial manslaughter, you can get fined, what was it, like some stupid amount of money, like $1.5 million and 20 years jail or something like that. That they wanted to, if you...
Keep going.
That's what they said. If you are found in a business environment to give someone COVID. Like, I don't know how they'd prove it, but that's why I started my business. I'm not going to deal with that crap. Like, if you guys wanted to take someone on, then you will. And the government's passing in their omnibus bill, which is awesome. Have you seen the omnibus bill? What they're trying to pass? So they're going to basically, so I'll probably get arrested at home. As soon as they pass it, they'll come and take me at home and put me in a jail cell because you'll think that I'm a threat. Threat to who knows what, but a threat to tyranny, maybe. Is that what I'm a threat to? I'm a threat to the tyranny. You guys are a threat to our freedom. I'm a threat to the tyranny. There's so many cops. They should have more of these little booklets.
That's a good idea.
You should have more booklets, yeah. So I'm not just making it annoying for you guys. I'm giving you some help.
We're all good.
But look, I've got no personal issues with the police. I've never had any bad dealings. I've seen terrible stuff online.
Yeah.
Like Epping incident, the poor kid.
Who's this young fellow?
That's the poor
American
kid.
Guy.
No, that's the poor kid that died in Warburton. His parents and family weren't allowed to look for him because of the curfew. And so he died.
Oh, that's the autistic kid from recently, is it? Yeah.
So, you know, if it was if I was related to him, I would have been looking for him, and if you guys arrested me, then good luck to you. Like, that's ridiculous. This curfew was set by who? They won't even admit to who set the curfew. Our entire freaking government doesn't recall setting the curfew, doesn't recall the quarantine incidents. They don't recall anything. And they're enforcing rules that I've been arrested multiple times over. Yet there's criminals in government and some bad police that haven't been arrested over anything. Oh. But the best part of this particular location for our walk is it exposes the illogical nature of these whole regulations, because it's basically a freedom of speech thing, isn't it? Because if we don't say anything and don't stand out as if we're against the government or the tyranny, we're fine to move around. Everyone else here can do whatever they like. So we're the only ones.
How else are we going to get it there?
And ironically, I think the last time a policeman stopped me here wasn't even wearing a mask, which is quite funny. So can I somehow get him charged for not wearing a mask? How does that work? A couple of times I've dealt with police, they weren't wearing masks. So can I put a complaint in? What's the issue there? If there's a police that comes up to you to fine you for not wearing a mask while not wearing a mask, I've got it on film. Can I put in an official complaint to somebody?
Yeah, you go 113.
You can make that choice.
But is there someone, would any police officer care about that? You guys don't enforce against yourselves. No matter how big a crime a police officer commits, they're fine. What do you guys think of the Epping incident, where that poor guy got hit by a police car, then stomped on the head and kicked and punched? And one officer got discharged with pay, wasn't it? Every other officer at the scene, nothing. I'm arrested twice today for walking with a freaking mask. These officers were not arrested.
Sorry, I'm just listening to the radio. That's
yeah, but you think that's fine? I'd probably agree to your directives more if they were consistent and it was enforced on everybody and no one was above the law. But certain people are. At least it's not raining, so it's not as cold.
It's lovely now.
It was nice earlier.
It was pretty average at first thing in the morning. I was like, oh my God, it was wet. But then... Geez, I might have to change the batteries on my camera soon if I take this long.
Received, thank you.
You haven't filmed all the way from Rowville, have you?
Nah, not much happening there. But don't worry, you guys might be TV stars. Every incident's made the news so far. So, smile.
It's hard to tell if we are.
That's the thing. That's why you guys are wearing it. You can't laugh at this stupidness. And I've lost a mask. Bummer.
Yeah, you were warned.
Yeah. I understand, it's a freedom of speech issue.
So what did you do before you lost your job?
I used to work, ran my own business, but I just shut it down because of these manslaughter laws. And like, I just don't want to be stuck dealing with this sort of rubbish on a business sense.
Yeah.
Like, I could technically work, but like, with my asthma, I can't do physical work wearing the mask. I couldn't get a medical exemption without doing a freaking coronavirus test. And why do I need a test if I'm healthy? So I didn't get an exemption, and I couldn't work with the mask, so I just stopped my business. And what can you do? Like, I could, under the regulations I looked at, it was so silly. I could take the mask off when I'm doing something heavy, but then put it back on when I'm standing around. What's the point? If I'm in someone's house, and once I've taken it off, I've taken it off. And once I'm touching the mask non-stop, it defeats the purpose, even if it did anything. Where the WHO documents indicate it doesn't actually significantly reduce or even noticeably reduce transmission. And in some cases, it can be worse. These particular masks, they say you must replace every couple of hours. Do you guys replace them every couple of hours?
We do.
Yep.
Yeah, but no one else does. Like everyone else here is wearing a mask that they've probably had since stage 4 kicked in. So it's not a health thing. Like you're forcing everyone to stay inside. That's the worst thing we can do. And I'm not going to exercise with a mask on because it's pointless. I might as well stay inside. And staying inside is terrible. But these are crimes that are arrestable and punishable by who knows what laws you're going to come up with.
Really?
There's plenty of police. They should be able to manage that. Is there actually anyone at the shrine? We've never got that far. Was there anyone at the shrine today?
Police?
Yeah. Oh, I thought there'd be a few. We saw the horses coming up and they sort of took interest to our flag, I think.
I think so.
I think, like, we're not hiding the fact we're coming here. It's not, there's no point hiding it.
How did you know to come here? Or?
Well, this is the shrine, so
yeah.
This is the tan. You can freely go around and walk around the tan like thousands of people do every day. Every day there might be probably 10,000 people go around this track and they're not a health risk to anybody. But if you have a flag, you're a health risk. So that makes sense.
No.
So the flag must be the dangerous thing.
It's the issue. Is you've got 4 reasons you can be away from home.
But you can go for a walk with a flag. Is there a rule against going for a walk with a flag?
Not outside your 5 kilometre radius.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. That's their directive and I don't agree with... What's the health benefit of the 5 kilometre rule? Are all you police within 5 kilometres? Surely you guys are from all over the place. So how is that any different? You guys are gathering in large numbers coming from all over Melbourne every single weekend. And that's not a health risk. Yeah, I'm not allowed to travel more than 5 kilometres. So there's no logic to it. There's no logic in any of this at all. And that's my main objection to it. That and the fact that obviously it's not a serious health risk going by all the data. And our state's been destroyed. They're spending, I don't know what the numbers are now. The last time I saw it was like $1 billion per COVID death they've spent directly. That's just insane. And how many businesses are shut down? You go into the city, it's just, everything's closing down. Who'd want to run a business in this place?
Thank you, guys.
Oh, hello again. We were saying, I can't even recognise you guys with all your masks.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
The others did. The others. Can he get issued a penalty notice, please? He continued the offence and he put his Guy Fawkes mask on.
I just had a different mask on. And he took it off me.
Mask on.
I had the Guy Fawkes mask on.
It's not a
but it's a mask. But so there's no rule against having that particular mask.
Have you got a book?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
I'll just let Liz know.
Yeah.
That'll be twice I get fined for not wearing a mask when I've worn a mask. That makes sense. I could have got one of our flags and wrapped around my face, and that's a legal mask, isn't it? I could have got a tissue and put it over my face. I could have got a sock.
What was your name again, sorry?
Marty.
Marty. I'm Miranda. I didn't really speak to you before I was speaking.
That's all right. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's confusing. There's so many different police around. I don't know.
There's a lot of us.
There is.
We issue it? They want us to issue it? That's what I'm sensing.
Oh, okay. We're all the same crew's back.
Yeah, we're back. We're united. Where's your friend?
He's gone.
He's gone where?
Well, he went to the car. I think he's left.
He then left after he gave you the pin, and then he put no mask on and put his Guy Fawkes mask on.
Oh, I had a Guy Fawkes mask on.
Second pin.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had a mask, but you guys don't think it's a mask, so.
Well, it's not a mask. It's a Guy Fawkes mask.
It's still a mask. Guy Fawkes mask. That last word said mask.
Doesn't comply with the photo.
And you've already been given a penalty notice and told not to continue the offence, and then you chose.
I'll put it on for 10 seconds for a photo and just happened to have a police car drive past, so what can you do?
We're going to remove the handcuffs.
I'm not a threat to anyone, so.
Just let you know what's going on.
You have it right.
Thank you. Would it be nice if actual criminals were getting the same treatment?
Can I ask for you, Marty, while we're doing this, would you please put that other mask on?
Could I get my other one back, please?
No, that's been seized. But I would like you to put that on. Thank you.
What's this flag about?
Marty.
Eureka.
It is tough for everyone, I get that. But when you're giving simple directions, you leave us no choice.
Yeah, I know, but...
What does it say?
Yeah.
What's that about?
Oh,
Have you seen this?
just fighting for our freedom, basically.
Yeah.
I believe that we're in a tyranny.
You believe that's where I missed
The
it?
government's a complete tyranny right now. Look, they've taken over with hardly any people in control. There's no parliament process going on.
What do you mean there's no parliament? I'm quite ignorant when it comes
Yeah, well, they're barely sitting in parliament. They sit just to pass more laws. They sat to extend the state of emergency. Now they're passing this omnibus law, which is just... Hitler would have been proud of that one. It's insane. They can come to our house and arrest anyone on suspicion of maybe committing a crime in the future.
I was having a read about it.
And detaining us indefinitely. It's like the Victoria term of this. If I could
Have you
leave...
always lived in Victoria?
I was born in Slovakia. My parents left to flee communism. And it's worse here.
So you feel like it's kind of gone back?
Well, they actually say it's worse here than it was there.
Your parents?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, we don't have... They weren't restricted on where they could go. They could work.
As in do you mean at the moment with Corona or just
Well, in
general?
Corona, yeah. Obviously. Melbourne was
It's
fine
hard,
before
like,
Corona.
Every country's different, every even state's different. So
Yeah, look at Melbourne, the worst lockdowns in the whole country, and it's had the most numbers, so how does it work? But
they've been better lately though, the numbers. So
they're getting better, but that's just because they're trying to pass this omnibus law. Once you pass the omnibus, the numbers will go up. Unfortunately, the numbers do whatever they want. Did you see any of the quarantine inquiry? Every single official
for
said
the
hotel
security
quarantine
stuff, yeah.
Every single one just said, I do not recall. I do not recall. Like, I can't give you guys that answer. I've tried that a few times and no one accepted it. The government can give that answer under oath, and it's not an issue. I'm currently unemployed because I can't work. I ran a business and I just didn't want to run it under these rules. It's impossible. I'm a furniture removalist.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, I could technically still work.
As in because it makes it hard because of the restrictions to run in the normal way, is that what you mean?
Yeah, the restrictions are silly.
Yeah.
And I have asthma. I can't wear these masks when I'm doing physical work.
Yeah.
And under the directives that there are, you can take it off when you're doing something strenuous.
You can
put it
take
back
it
on.
Off when you,
But every time you touch it, you defeat the purpose. So the WHO had a document about all these measures, and the face masks, they had no conclusive evidence of any reduced transmission. So they're forcing it worldwide. They did bring out a new document in 2020, which is like computer model study, and the computer model showed that it had benefits in New York. But so all
you seem quite like educated about it all.
Well, I know all about this. I've been reading into it, so.
I suppose it's, when you're not working, it's a lot of time to do that kind of stuff, isn't it?
Oh, it's not just that. But when you've lost all your freedoms, and many people don't seem to care.
Do you have family here?
I do.
Are your parents here now
Yeah.
still? Yeah.
Look, most people don't seem to care that they've lost all these freedoms. Like a basic freedom of going for a walk anywhere you want. I can't leave the country if I want. I can't leave the state. I can't go more than 5 kilometers from my house.
Yeah. Do you live around here?
No, well, I've got the first line. So I can't walk without this thing. So that's lost basic freedom. There's no freedom of speech. I can't walk here and say...
What were you hoping to get out of today? Like, what was your ideal outcome? What were you hoping?
No, ideally just walk through and not get arrested, but we didn't think that was possible.
So you came here hoping to get arrested? Or
no, hoping not to.
Hoping not to, but expecting that there was a reasonable chance you may be.
Well, of course. Because the police hang around.
So why did you still decide to come here?
To expose the police state. And we've been exposing the police state. Every incident
Do you feel like
I've
you're
had.
achieving much?
I think
like a genuine question.
Genuinely,
I'm
yes.
not asking to be rude.
Actually, genuinely, yes. Because every incident I've had has made world news. So it's been global, and people are seeing the rubbish that's going on in Melbourne. Like, look at if it was logical and it made sense, and there was really people in serious health risks, people wouldn't be forced to not go outside if they were really scared of something. So if you got to find someone to stay at home, it doesn't make much sense. Why can't they just have, like the face mask, if it doesn't really do anything, if people want to wear it, let them wear it. But making it mandatory and fining people over it doesn't make any sense. It's not, if it's a health thing, like all the police keep jumping on us.
Are you planning on starting up your business again, or what's the go there? Like,
well, hopefully, if this
I'm assuming
ends.
you're getting